Hey guys, what's up? This is Curtis Pike. My friends call me Big C. I'm with TGN Games, guys, and it's Noob Skool time. You know what time it is. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do part 5. I am gonna play a Warlock. I'm gonna skip through all the character customization stuff. There's no breast slider in this game, so I'm not happy. So I'm just gonna move on. Guys, I'm playing a Warlock, an Undead Warlock. I'm not sure if that's the best race to be a Warlock. You guys can tell me that. But anyways, let's get in and let's give this a crack. Alright, we're looking at an opening cinematic here, guys. It's kind of boring, so I'm gonna skip it. And here we go. Okay, guys, so I've discovered the Death Knell Graves. That's a nice friggin' hospitable sounding zone. And I start asleep, like Sleeping Beauty. Isn't it just, I'm not really that good looking here. I'm kind of like Rosie O'Donnell's ugly sister. And yeah, I do her, but whatever. It's because I have low standards, and I've established that in my previous videos. But let's get on with this, shall we? Fresh out of the grave, that's how I like my women. Oh, that's creepy. I'm kidding, guys. I am totally kidding. Guys, WASD and all that good stuff, that's some noobish shit. I know you're going to make fun, but this is Noob Skool, so if I go into some extremely simple stuff, please forgive me, but that's what we're starting here. So we're starting here doing the most basic quests. I got a tip from a buddy of mine that suggested that I just, you know, kind of skip through that crap and just read the last paragraph. That's usually where all the good info is, and it's a good tip. So I'm going to try and figure out who said that, but yeah, kudos to the guy. So I gotta go and get some thick embalming fluid and some corpse stitching twine. That's some nasty sounding stuff. I'm gonna take out a zombie here just to show you what the combat looks like. Pressing 1 is, what is that, my flame bolt or something like that? I forget the name of the spell. You also got the aptly named cannibalism, which is a nasty sounding little trick you can do. And you also got the summon an imp option, but I got my imp with me. That is my little demon minion, that Big C's minion that's following in behind me. And he does a little bit of damage and some bad things, so whatever. I'm following this Darnell character, and he seems to be leading me to the promised land. I get to look at a candle and some bones. Kinda cool. Whatever, guys, while I dick around here, I'm going to tell you a little bit from a noob perspective what a Warlock is. Warlocks basically, they enslave demons, and they call upon dark magic and curses to... Holy crap, I can't talk. Blah, porky pig. Guys, warlocks enslave demons and call upon dark magic and curses to dominate and destroy their foes. That's what I was trying to say the first time, but I got marbles in my mouth. Warlocks are a lot like hunters. They employ combat pets. You'll see my minion to the left of me there. And these combat pets, however, are summoned demons as opposed to, I don't know, things you roll around and you go out and tame. So you can't exactly go tame a demon or a minion, but you can tame a big kitty or a bird or perhaps a snake or eel or something along like those lines. So whatever. A little bit of a difference there, but it's pretty similar. Keep in mind, guys, that, you know, warlocks are primarily ranged magic damage dealers, and they focus on damage over time in addition to having things like nukes and area of effect spells. But in general, they lack the extreme burst damage capabilities of a mage, is what I'm getting at. So they hurt you over a longer period of time as opposed to a quick stub your toe, oh, that hurt, and then the pain goes away. They like to prolong it. It's kind of like a bit of torture. So that is the official line on what warlocks are. Guys, if you know otherwise, or if you disagree with that, of course, let me know. What else can I tell you? Demon pets and fear spells give warlocks a variety of tactical options, by the way. They have several utility spells and abilities, including things like summoning party members, creating health stones and soul stones, and they can also instantly summon minions, like the dude beside me, with newly added soul burn. And there's a whole bunch of changes to soul shards, which I'll get into in a little bit here, but that is the noob basics, guys. So let's do this. I'll talk about some Cataclysm-specific stuff here, actually, while I'm rolling around causing some problems. I'm taking on some mindless zombies, so I don't even have to, like, really pay attention. I can just sort of talk. Yeah, because it's a mindless quest, and I gotta kill mindless zombies. Alright. That wasn't all that clever, but whatever. Soul Shards, guys, the Soul Shard system is receiving a massive revamp, or rejigger, and yes, that's a real word, and it will now become a core feature of the Warlock class. Soul Shards will no longer act as an inventory item, unlike in times past, and they exist as a resource and appear below the Warlock's health and mana bar. So somewhere below there you'll see Soul Shard something. I don't see it right now, but that's probably because I don't have any, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or both. What else here? Guys, keep in mind, this is new to Cataclysm. Soul Burn will be the only Warlock ability to cost a Soul Shard, and it will empower most of your other spells to behave differently. So keep that in mind. Soul Burn is kind of for the win, and it's a little different. Level 2. I'm awesome, guys. So, yeah. And I'm Big C, of course, at the top there. So, whatever. So, yeah, that's a little bit about Soul Shards there. Let's see here. So, there's some new Warlock spells, guys, in Cataclysm. Let me tell you about them. Fell Flame is a new one. That happens at level 81. I happen to be level 2, so I'm a little bit of a ways away from that bad boy. But let's just talk about him. Level 81, you get a quick hitting spell dealing shadow fire damage, so that's a pretty nasty looking spell. It's very similar to the mage ability Frostfire Bolt, so keep that in mind. And it lowers the lower of the two resistances, in this case Shadow and Fire, on your target. Will be used for calculating its damage, so it's kind of new, kind of cool. Keep in mind the Fell Flame also refreshes the duration of Immolate and Unstable Affliction. So yeah, that's something that's new in the Warlock. A new one also is level 83. It's Dark Intent. This increases the target's chance for a critical effect with periodic damage or healing spells by 3%. Not a badass spell, but if you're looking for those crits, or you're looking for, you know, that little bit of an edge over someone else, yeah, keep in mind Dark Intent. Demon Soul is also new. This is the level 85. Level 85, of course, is the top level currently for WoW Cataclysm. You cannot go past that, although I have seen some NPCs at 90. But yeah, they're level higher up than we are. But yeah, Demon Soul, like I was saying, this fuses the Warlock soul with his or her demon. So you become one with a demon. So if you've ever been married, I mean, no, hold on, I take that back. If you've ever been in a bad relationship, whatever. I got Chili the Penguin. I was going to summon the Penguin, but I also got my Imp. And I kind of like my Imp. But maybe I'll pull out the Penguin. If I had $1 every time I heard that. Okay, so anyways, guys, yeah, Demon Soul. It fuses the Warlock soul with his or her demon. This provides Warlocks with a self-burst cooldown to use. So yeah, that's kind of the dilly. The special effects granted by Demon Soul depend on the demon chosen. And Demon Soul lasts for a certain number of charges or until it expires, which takes approximately 20 seconds. So keep that in mind. And it's also got a 2-minute cooldown. Now I know that's not very noobish, guys, but I got that out of the way because a lot of people are, when you're trying to decide what you want to do in Cataclysm, a lot of people have played the game before and then they're coming back to Cataclysm, or alternatively they're not sure what class they want to be in Cataclysm because you know there's differences now. So by getting the new spells for the higher level stuff, and that's, you know, let's be honest, when you get to the higher level stuff, it gets pretty interesting up there. I want to get that out of the way for the noobs, so that gives you a better idea as to, you know, why you might want to choose a Warlock. Let's talk about a few of the other things here, guys. Soul Shard overhaul. I touched on that briefly. Basically, yeah. Let's see here. This was announced at BlizzCon 2009, actually. And yeah, like I said, Soul Shards will no longer be in inventory items, but instead, they're a new UI resource mechanic. Warlocks will now have 3 Soul Shards that can be used during a fight, and will not be able to gain additional shards during combat. So keep that in the back of your head. There's some other stuff here. Drain Life plus Soul Burn. That combo reduces cast speed by 60%. Demonic Circle plus Soul Burn increases movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds after teleporting. Unstable Affliction, touched on that briefly, plus Soul Burn equals instantly deals damage equal to 30% of its effect. Soul Burn Soul Fire plus Soul Burn equals instant cast. Health Stone plus Soul Burn equals, it increases your total health by 20% for 8 seconds. And Searing Pain plus Soul Burn increases the crit chance of Searing Pain by 100%. And subsequent Searing Pain spells by 50% for 6 seconds, guys. So that's the dilly with Soul Burn. That is a huge change to the Warlock, as far as I can tell, and it's definitely worth mentioning. What else here, guys? There's not a whole lot more I can tell you because I am a noob and I'm just out here collecting corpses for one of my step and fetch it quests. Yeah, so it's pretty basic stuff here, guys. I mean, I can't do too much here. So I'll just talk a little more. There are some changes to abilities and mechanics here for the Warlock in Cataclysm. Let's see here. All Warlock damage over time or DOT spells will benefit from crit and haste innately. Haste will no longer act to reduce the DOT's duration, but rather to additional ticks. When reapplying a DOT, you can no longer clip the final tick. So whatever the hell that means. Yeah, feel free to explain that to me, guys. I'm not 100% sure on that. Also, Curse of Agony and Curse of Doom will be converted into Bane of Agony and Bane of Doom. They just sound nastier. Bane spells are considered magic instead of curses, so that's a little different. And this basically means that you'll be able to cast one Bane, for example, Bane of Agony, and one curse, like Curse of Elements, on a single target. So a little different there. Other changes you want to keep in mind: Hellfire will no longer deal damage to the Warlock, and Imps will lose Fire Shield, but will gain a new ability called Burning Ember, so which is a stacking damage over time thingy. So keep that in the back of your head. One other thing, Voidwalker Torment will do increased damage and generate a lot of area effect threat, and Suffering will become a single target taunt. So whatever. I haven't obviously tested any of those things out, but that's what's new in Cataclysm. I am going to get to that stuff, and I will be looking at it, but I just wanted to talk about it real quickly here. There are some changes to the talents, and there are some new talents as well, so I might as well cover them while I'm on a roll. Pandemic will now cause Drain Soul to refresh Unstable Affliction and Bane of Agony on targets below 25% health. Also, the ability Fell Domination will be removed because Soul's Burn now accomplishes the same effect. So yeah, kind of what I was saying earlier. Guys, here, while I'm, questing around here doing these silly quests, keep in mind that Demonology will gain a new direct damage spell. It's called Demon Bolt. And yeah, Demon Bolt will add a debuff that improves the damage done by the demon to the target. So that's also there. And apparently there's some talk about something called Impending Doom. I don't know if that's been implemented or if that got dropped, but it was discussed. So if you guys know about that, if you've got a Warlock, or if it's your, how you roll, please let me know, guys. I'm not too sure. I'm going to kill a couple more of these wretched ghouls. I got to kill skeletons and ghouls, and I like them both. My minion is doing his thing. I don't know, guys. My little bit of experience with Warlock, I've really enjoyed this class. I think it's quite fun. You summon your demon or your imp. You got all sorts of spells. They're pretty high DPS. In the past, they used to be one of the best PvP classes, if not the best. Guys, I don't know what the case is in Cataclysm. I'm level 3. If you guys know, is Warlock a viable PvP class in Cataclysm? Is it the best still? I remember it used to be Warlock, and then I can't remember, one of the Druid trees was the best after that. And then there was a nerf bat attack, and then now I have no idea. So guys, please weigh in on that. I am interested. Other things here, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun playing the Warlock. Clearly, it's I don't know if it's one of the more popular classes, but it's still pretty popular from what I tell. Guys, if you're a Warlock player and you were new to the game or new to playing a Warlock, what kind of things would you guys suggest that you talk about or you teach people? Because this is Noob Skool, and I mean, I can drone on and on about some of the changes and stuff, but I mean, it doesn't feel all that practical at times. Like, I can talk about this, that, and the other, but I mean, seriously, what do you like about the Warlocks? What do you not like about them? What are some things, if you were starting right now, would you tell somebody saying, hey man, you got to play a Warlock because, it can do this or that, or don't play a Warlock because they suck because of X, Y, or Z. I'm not interested in just, you know, I think Warlocks suck. That doesn't help anybody. But, you know, why do they suck? Or why do they kick ass? Or why are they, you know, a decent class for this, but not so good for that? I'm very interested in that kind of stuff. Of course, guys, in my previous videos, there was a lot of people that, you know, left comments and suggestions, and I'm going to go through those. I'm going to actually go through those at the end of my videos. In terms of the kudos, I'm probably going to do the advice stuff at the beginning of my videos. I do that in a separate track. I do this one live generally, but the video stuff, the comments and stuff, obviously I got to take all the pictures, I got to take all the stuff like that. I gotta blow them up. I gotta, you know, open up Photoshop. Well, I don't use Photoshop. I use what the hell do I use? I use like Paint or something like that, because I am so fail at that kind of stuff. But yeah, and then I magnify them and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, please keep leaving the comments. My next video will probably be a Paladin. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's all sorts of Paladin stuff. I used to play a Paladin on Fizzcrank, actually, and that was before my bastard of a brother Michael took my account and went on to, I think he started playing a Tauren Warrior, and I'm pretty sure his name was Security, and if you know anything about my brother, that's that's a pretty, I don't know, appropriate appellation, if you want to call it that. So, anyways, guys, this is Big C. I'm with TGN Games, guys. I'll be back for Noob Skool Part 6 very shortly. Please leave your comments, and I'll be back soon. Cheers.